Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches Pradhanmantri Particularly Vulnerable Tribal Groups Development Mission from Khunti district of Jharkhand. Prime Minister also releases 15th installment of PM-KISAN scheme worth 18,000 crore rupees and flags of Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. Campaigning for single-phase assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh and second phase of polling in Chhattisgarh to end this evening. India and US signed MOU to connect dynamic startup ecosystems, particularly in critical and emerging technologies. US and UK impose third round of sanctions on Hamas-affiliated individuals and entities. And in cricket, first semi-final match of ICC Men's World Cup between India and New Zealand underway in Mumbai. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched Pradhanmantri Particularly Vulnerable Tribal Groups PVTG Development Mission, a 24,000 crore rupees scheme on the occasion of the 3rd Janjatiya Gaurav Divas from Khunti district in Jharkhand. The mission will benefit 75 PVTGs in 18 states and UTs, living in 22,544 villages in 220 districts, having a population of around 28 lakhs. Mr. Modi will also launch Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra to ensure saturation of flagship government schemes. Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra is the largest ever initiative of the government to reach out to people. The vision of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is that nobody should be left behind, and Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra will be helpful in achieving this goal. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Modi said,
झारखंड की इस पावन भूमि से एक नहीं बल्कि दो ऐतिहासिक अभियानों की शुरुआत होने जा रही है। विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा सैचुरेशन के सरकार के लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने का सशक्त माध्यम बनेगी। पीएम जनजाति आदिवासी न्याय महाअभियान विलुप्त होने की कगार पर खड़ी जनजातियां, जिसे हम अब तक प्रिमिटिव ट्राइब के रूप में जानते हैं, उनकी रक्षा करेगा, उन्हें सशक्त करेगा।
Mr. Modi also dedicated to the nation and laid the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth around 7,200 crore rupees in Jharkhand. Prime Minister highlighted the importance of schemes to develop aspirational districts.
हमारी सरकार ने इन जिलों को एस्पिरेशनल डिस्ट्रिक्ट के रूप में घोषित किया। हमने इन जिलों में सरकारों को विश्वास में लेकर के सबसे होनहार अफसरों को नियुक्त करने पर जोर दिया। जिन जिलों में हम शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, सड़क ऐसे अनेक विषयों पर शून्य से काम शुरू करके सफलता के नए शिखर पर पहुंच रहे हैं। यहाँ झारखंड में भी ये अपना खूंटी समेत ऐसे कई जिले उस सूची में है।
Prime Minister also released 15th installment of PM-KISAN scheme worth over 18,000 crore rupees. The PM-KISAN scheme is one of the world's largest direct benefit transfer schemes. Financial benefit of 6,000 rupees per year in 3 equal installments is transferred into the bank accounts of farmers across the country through DBT mode. Till now, more than 2.61 lakh crore rupees have been provided to more than 11 crore farmers across the nation. The Prime Minister reached Ranchi last night for his 2-day visit to Jharkhand. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that Indian economy stands out as a bright spot despite the economic turbulence generated by contemporary conflicts and other factors. She said in the 75th year of independence, India's economic growth is estimated to be just under 7%, which is the highest among the major economies. The Finance Minister today stated this in a special address at Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue 2023 in New Delhi. Ms. Sitharaman added that according to IMF's estimate, Indian economy is set to emerge as the 3rd largest economy in the world by 2027, whopping over Japan and Germany as its GDP crosses the $5 trillion level. The Finance Minister emphasized that India is poised to be a developed economy by 2047. She said Indian economy is on the right track and despite the time of changes, it is heading towards a bright future. The finance minister said that India is focusing on transitioning from brown economic model to a blue economic one. She highlighted that today India's rising global profile rests upon several accomplishments and unique and world-class digital public infrastructure is one of them. Ms. Sitharaman said that the successful India's G20 presidency has become a global standard for others to emulate and also gave India a unique opportunity to strengthen its role in the world economic order. President Draupadi Murmu has extended her greetings to the people of the state on the statehood day of Jharkhand. In a social media post, she said that the birth anniversary of Bhagwan Birsa Munda is celebrated as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas. She wished that the entire state filled with natural resources always remains progressive and the blessings of Birsa Munda remain on the people. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar said that Jharkhand is a treasure trove of rich heritage and natural resources and is known for its colorful festivals, lush valleys, majestic waterfalls. He wished the prosperity of the state and well-being of its people. In his message, the Prime Minister said Jharkhand has been famous for its mineral resources as well as the courage, bravery and self-respect of the tribal society. He added that the people of Jharkhand have made an important contribution to the progress of the country. President Draupadi Murmu and Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar today paid floral tributes to tribal freedom fighter Birsa Munda on the occasion of his birth anniversary at the Parliament House complex in New Delhi. On the occasion, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and Minister of State for Culture Meenakshi Lekhi also paid tributes. The President and the Vice President also joined the tribal group dance performance in the Parliament premises. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR. Election campaign for single-phased assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh and second phase of polling in Chhattisgarh will conclude this evening. Polling for all 230 assembly constituencies of Madhya Pradesh and for 70 out of the total 90 constituencies of Chhattisgarh under second phase will be held on the 17th of this month. In Madhya Pradesh, election campaigning will end a few hours from now. Hence, prominent leaders of all parties are campaigning vigorously in the state till 6 p.m. BJP has entrusted the responsibility of campaigning today to various leaders including Union Ministers Smriti Irani, Narendra Singh, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. At the same time, Congress is wooing voters through the meetings of National President Mallikarjun Kharge and Senior Leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav is also putting his full strength in Gwalior, Chambal region. Other parties, including BSP, AAP, Janata Dal United, are also not lagging behind in the campaign. We have a report.
The election campaign will end in Madhya Pradesh from 6 p.m. today as per the Commission's order to stop election campaigning 48 hours before the end of voting. During this period, there will be a complete ban on public meetings, street meetings, processions and publicity through loudspeakers. Vehicles permission previously issued by the Election Commission to candidates and political parties will also be cancelled with immediate effect. Meanwhile, action has been taken during elections against more than 1,85,000 persons in Madhya Pradesh, whereas 2,69,000 weapons have also been deposited in the police stations. Voting will be held on all 230 seats in Madhya Pradesh on November 17 from 7 a.m. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
Today is also the last date for withdrawal of candidatures for Telangana Assembly elections. Scrutiny of nominations have already taken place on Tuesday. Voting in Telangana for 119 Assembly constituencies will take place on the 30th of this month. Campaigning for Assembly elections in Rajasthan is further intensified. Leaders of Congress, BJP and other parties are scheduled to participate in various election-related programs. Star campaigner of BJP, And the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to address a public meeting this afternoon at Baitu in Barmer district. We have more from a correspondent.
To attend the public meeting to be addressed by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, people are continuously reaching at the meeting site. Senior leader of BJP and former Chief Minister of the state, Vasundhara Raje, is also scheduled to address public meetings at Chaksu, Pushkar, Degana, Sujangarh, Dungargarh, Kolayat and Bikaner assembly constituencies. On the other hand, to facilitate senior citizens and physically challenged voters, Election Commission is providing them facility of home voting today also. Sudarshan Nahar, Akashvani News, Jaipur.
Former Chief Minister B.S. Yedurappa's son and Shikaripura MLA B.Y. Vijendra has taken over charge as the Karnataka State BJP President. The Dakshina Kannada Member of Parliament Nalin Kumar Katil handed over the charge to B.Y. Vijendra at the BJP State Headquarters in Bangalore today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today extended his greetings to the people on the occasion of Bhai Dooj. In a social media post, Prime Minister Modi said, Bhai Dooj is a festival symbolizing the sacred relationship between brother and sister. India and US have signed an MOU with the objective of connecting both the countries' dynamic startup ecosystems, particularly in critical and emerging technologies. The understanding named Enhancing Innovation Ecosystems through an Innovation Handshake was signed by Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal from the Indian side, who is on a 4-day US visit. In a social media post, Mr. Goyal said the MOU is poised to positively impact economic activity, attract investment and generate employment. Mr. Goyal also held a bilateral meeting. US and UK have imposed third round of sanctions on Hamas-affiliated individuals and entities. The coordinated action identifies important Hamas figures as well as Iran-backed Palestinian Islamic Jihad militants. US Secretary of State Janet Yellen said Hamas action have caused immense suffering and shown that terrorism does not occur in isolation. India's reiterated call for revitalization of General Assembly at the United Nations Summit in New York. In a statement at the UN Summit, Indian Councillor Pratik Mathur stressed on the need for revitalizing the General Assembly's pivotal role amid concerns about its diluted relevance. Bangladesh Chief Election Commissioner CEC Qazi Habibul Awal is set to address the nation and announce the schedule for the upcoming general elections at 7 p.m. today. Before announcing the poll's schedule, a meeting will be held at the Election Commission at 5 p.m. today. In the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, the first semi-final match between India and New Zealand is underway at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. India were 18 for no loss in 2.1 overs when reports last came in. Earlier, India won the toss and elected to bat first. Akashvani is broadcasting live commentary both in English and Hindi on the match. This is the second time that the two teams are facing off each other in a World Cup semi-final. The last one was in 2019. In the second semi-final, Australia will lock horns with South Africa at Eden Gardens in Kolkata tomorrow. Indian skydiver Sheetal Mahajan jumped off a helicopter from a height of 21,500 feet in front of the world's highest peak, Mount Everest. She became the first woman to do so. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches Pradhanmantri Particularly Vulnerable Tribal Groups Development Mission from Khunti district of Jharkhand. Prime Minister also releases 15th installment of PM-KISAN scheme worth 18,000 crore rupees and flags off Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra. Campaigning for single-phase assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh and second phase of polling in Chhattisgarh to end this evening. India and US signed MOU to connect dynamic startup ecosystems, particularly in critical and emerging technologies. US and UK imposed third round of sanctions on Hamas-affiliated individuals and entities. And in cricket, first semi-final match of ICC Men's World Cup between India and New Zealand underway in Mumbai. And with that, we end the Midday News.